Hi guys, it's Megan Elaine. I'm in the greenhouse planting some garlic. Hang on. There we go. I'm planting some garlic and onions. I'm in the greenhouse because it's still pretty cold in my climate. But I just want to show you guys, it's really easy to grow onions and garlic in different ways, in fact. I'm going to start by planting some that I've actually got from the grocery store and I broke up. And some of them will grow, some of them won't, but I got a ton of them, so I'm going to start with a couple today. And these, which I grew from seeds last year and saved, and then I'm going to start the process again with some seeds. So I'm going to plant just a teeny tiny bed, and I thought I would do it live with you guys. So if anybody's out there wanting to plant some stuff early, you can plant garlic and onions early. If you have a colder climate, cover them up or put them in a greenhouse like I am. And once you get your garlic, you just gently break it apart. These I probably should have soaked, but I didn't. All right, we're recording. We'll see how it goes. So they don't have to go too deep, and I'm going to kind of plant them together. Let's see if we can break this one apart here. All right. So we're going to do mixing here of onion bulbs, and I'm going to put seeds in between. And then I'm just going to pack these in. Not very deep. And you can see they're about 2 inches apart. And like I said, these are just from the grocery store. Some of them will come up, some of them won't. I'm going to soak them really well after I get them in the ground. And hopefully I'll get a whole bunch of nice little garlic scapes. And maybe even some seeds for next year's garlic. So I'm just putting them randomly in here because I know they're not all gonna grow. Some of them are a little dried out. I can feel like that one. They shouldn't be completely dried out. They won't grow at all. Let's get them in there wherever they're gonna poke in. There. I left this in. It's some oregano. Sometimes it comes back, sometimes it doesn't. We'll see what happens. Get rid of all this. So pat these in real nice, and I'll water them after. I didn't bring the water with me. So there. So the onions, they don't need to go very deep either. And what I'm going to do is I have all kinds of seeds. I've saved seeds from previous years. So what happens is these aren't going to grow into full onions, but they'll grow into these little teeny bulbs or bulblets or cormlets. There's so many different names for them. So you can plant them the following year, or you can just use them for green onions, which is what I like to do with most of them. They're gonna probably take, I think they take about 6 weeks to really start to pop out and be usable. Maybe 8 weeks, I can't remember. So what we'll do is we'll put them right in between where I just planted all that. So this bed here that I'm in right now was a mint bed, and I tried to rip out as much of the mint as I could, but to be honest, you can never really get it all. It's going to come back. That's why I'm putting this stuff in, because I'm going to be picking at it anyway. So I'm going to just put a ton of seeds in here. Ton, that's a lot of seeds. They're kind of a pain in the butt though, the onion seeds, because you get all these, the top part flour as well in there, but that's okay. So seed saving is really important, especially for times like this where I know many people are having trouble getting seeds. So if you can have your own supply like this, it's really good for when trying times happen, or just to have your own heirloom seeds over and over again. It's a really good homesteading practice. And like, I won't even have to dig into that other bag there because I have enough right here. So... And again, when you're putting seeds in, make sure that you're getting them really wet if they haven't already been pre-soaked. So I'll come back and I'll put a whole bunch of water on here. Not too cold though, because it's still a bit cool outside. And then I have a whole bunch in here. I guess I'll save for another spot. Just a sec. I see you guys typing there. I'll check my phone just a minute and answer what you're typing there. Hang on. Bright in here, I can just barely see the screen. So there, we want them nice and snug, keep them warm, because it's a bit cool in here, but they'll have nice morning sun. Everything pat down nice, and I'll water that after. So hang on, here we go. Hi. Where are your gloves? Woman, I don't use gloves. I want to feel those worms crawling between my fingers. Gloves, you crazy. So here, it's just a small little bed. I'm really hopeful that this oregano will come back, but I don't know if it's gonna. Not much. This is the rest of the little greenhouse. My daughter's gonna fill her up. It's pretty windy. I re-stapled everything this morning, but I don't know, guys. I don't know what's gonna hold up. So there, nothing fancy. I did mix in some fresh dirt with this dirt that I already had here, but I really had so much already composted that I didn't add too much because I know this soil is really good from last year. And like I said, there was all kinds of herbs and everything in here already rotted down, so I just mixed it in and got some natural compost. Yeah, I know you're supposed to plant it in the fall for the bulbs, but I'm planting these mostly for the scapes and the seeds. So yeah, I didn't do it last year, but the year before I planted a ton of garlic in the fall, and it all came up in the spring, and then we had a really nasty frost and it killed it all. So this year I'm just going with the scapes in my greenhouse, and we'll see how it goes. I really wish I had had success because I like to make my own garlic powder. You guys can make your own garlic powder really easily, especially if you grow nice big bulbs or get organic. Slice it up real thin, put it in the dehydrator, or dry it by the wood stove if you're like me. And once it's really dry, no moisture, you just bust it up with like a coffee grinder or whatever you use to bust up your herbs, and it's super delicious. Super delicious. All right, well, I'm done planting in here, so that's it. Really simply, some bulbs from the grocery store that were already sprouting, some seeds that I saved for my onions the previous year, and some bulbs that I had grown from seeds from the previous year. So it's a cycle for some things. Some things are biennial, and that's just the life cycle you have to deal with. So onions are like that. You're not always going to get, I might get some little mini bulbs, but to get a nice onion, I'm really going to have to give it 2 full seasons. Ooh, all kinds of stuff. You can fry them up. You can put them fresh in salads, sandwiches, wraps, all that stuff. But they're really good. You can chop them up like chives, put them on your scrambled eggs or baked potatoes, just like chives. Use them just like chives and green onions. They're really good. Garlicky. I like them. You can use the seeds too, like those little teeny tiny, they're like mini tiny garlics. You can use those too. They're really peppery, but I like to save my seeds, so I don't use them too often. But they're really good. You toss them in a pan with some oil or butter if you use butter, and they're really good. Just jam-packed with flavor. Just use them like greens, like onion greens. Really good. I think you can dry them out. I'm not too sure. I'll look into that though, because generally when you dry out like chives and green onions, they lose their flavor, but garlic scapes might be different. Ask my friend, she probably knows. All right, guys, moving on to the next project. So have a good rest of your day, and talk to you guys soon. Bye.